Hmm? No, no. Let me put on the ring light, please. My the ring light. It's my life already. Confirm you can hear me, please. Yeah, I suppose you should be able to hear me. I guess so. Waiting on people to join. Okay. I also think we should extend it also. But I mean, it's my schedule anyways. I have a lot to put together this time. So that was my. But we'll find a way around it. I mean, it's not going to be an issue. I already promised I'm going to deliver maximally to us. So yeah, we're covered. All right. So without wasting so much of time, let's just do something tonight. So what I really want us to do tonight is actually I was supposed to send a Zoom call, right? I actually do not remember that. So yeah. So but all right. So pretty much everything that we've done from day one up until now. I mean, it's a lot already, right? It's a lot already, and I'm pretty much sure I've touched almost all the aspects of solar design and installation. So the only ones that I feel more like is left is the protection protection side, which I'm just quickly going to cover now, right? Yeah, yeah. So I'm just going to draw a diagram that shows how we could make all of these connections, all right, at one go. Let me open up my OneNote. Um, why is my notepad not showing? I have to just show my task. Please confirm you can see my screen. So I'll quickly know how to. Can you see my screen? I think my screen should be visible. All right. Yeah. So let me just draw an overall flow. All right, for everything that we have done so far. Okay. So right from the inverter to the panel. All right. So all right. So I have solar panel here. Okay, and then um, I have a chart controller here. All right, and then I have a battery here. And then I have the inverter. All right. So yes, give me 1 second, please. Just give me a minute. No, anybody. All right, guys. Sure, you can hear me now. Let me share my screen again. Okay, so we have the solar, so that you have the wire that comes out from the panels, positive and negative, the positive and negative, right? So your charge controller has some lead out. It's going to have basic four lead outs, all right? So one is going to be for the panel. I mean, the first side here is going to be for the panel. You're going to see something like this as on the symbol. And then this other two is going to be for the battery, right? So we're going to have something like this. So this is going to be positive. Okay, all right. Okay. So standard charge controller would always have these two terminals at least. It's going to be three terminals actually, one for the load, another one for the load, but we don't care about the load now, right? So let's say I want to connect this solar panel in series. I'm going to connect this to what? To this, right? And then the negative, all right? Or let me connect the positive first. Right? And then the negative, all right, all right, connects to this, all right? And then, of course, you know that your battery is also going to have its own terminal. It's going to be positive, it's going to be what? Negative. All right, so this positive here connects to this positive here, whereas the negative, all right, okay, and then your inverter, all right, also has his own positive. All right, the inverter has a lot of terminals. I'm going to show us. So we're assuming that this is a standalone. We're assuming that this is a standalone inverter. All right. So it has the battery input. So you're going to have this diagram that shows the battery. So here can be the positive, can have, okay, so positive, just one tiny, and then negative. All right. So right from the battery, directly from the battery, right, you draw your positive, okay? So I'm just going to draw this like this. Let me get, so I'm just going to tap it from, here, all right, and then I'll bring it all the way A. Sorry about that, but at least you know what I'm trying to do. Then I'll get the negative also. All right, I'll get the negative all the way down. That's messy already. All right, the negative, and also, why are you doing like this now? Ah, come on. All right, so you connect the battery to the inverter right here, all right, and this can be the output, all right, of the inverter. So let's just imagine this is the output of the inverter, where this will be the live and the neutral, all right, terminal. So basically, this connects to your load. This connects to the load. All right, this connects to the load. Okay, so that's kind of like how the flow looks like for the standalone inverter. All right, for the standalone inverter and so on. Okay, so yeah, I'll just write this here. The battery. Then this is the inverter. So this is kind of like how the flow looks like, right? For the solar panel that is connected in series to the charge controller, and then from the charge controller to the battery, and then from the battery to, you are going to see on the inverter, you are going to see where it's written. Maybe we can even get a picture. So you are going to see battery, all right, written at this point. Okay. Usually you are going to see plus and minus, all right? And this you are going to see AC output, all right? You are going to see AC output. So here you could actually have here to be maybe AC input, all right? Which means that you are going to tap AC from NEPA, all right? You can get AC from NEPA and you send it into this place. That's your normal AC, all right? Send it into this place. And what this will do is that this will take this NEPA light, it to use it to what? To charge your battery, all right? Anytime you see an inverter that has AC input or AC in, it means that that inverter is going to get AC, all right, be it NEPA or generator, is going to enter there, all right, and it's going to be using that power to charge your battery, all right. So if you see AC in, it means that embedded inside that inverter is a charger that can charge your battery, different from the solar panel, all right. You guys cannot hear anything. I think it's not my network. Oh. I think the network is pretty fine. I think the network is fine. Network is fine. It's not from my side. Please confirm you can hear me. Okay, loud and clear. Yeah, thank you. So trying to pull up something for us. I hope what I'm explaining is is clear to us. What I'm trying to say. So let me show us this picture. It's going to make it very simplified. All right, can we see that picture? Now you can see a solar panel. All right, see a solar panel. The positive and the negative, right, entered into the charge controller. Now, how you know where to, um, where to impute the this thing on the charge controller is you are going to see a solar symbol. You are going to see like solar panel somewhere around here. All right, you're going to see it here, and then you're going to see the battery. You're going to see battery here, and this one is load. Right? If you have any DC load that you want to power, you can use this place. All right. So let's say, for instance, your fan is a DC fan, right? You can plug your fan to this place. It's going to work. All right. Or if you have a DC bulb, you can plug it to this place. It's going to work. It's around 12 volts. All right. So yeah, and then you have a USB. If you want to charge your phone, you can just go to plug USB here and all of that. So now the solar panel enters the charge controller. The charge controller does its work, all right, and you connect your battery, all right, to this place, all right. The positive connects to this place. So you're always going to see they're always going to label it where you're going to connect positive or where you're going to connect negative, all right. So you don't have to worry about where to put negative or where to put positive. You are going to see it labeled correctly there. So you connect your negative here, all right, and then also the negative and the positive is tapped, all right. Positive is tapped here and goes to connect to the positive of the battery at the back of the power inverter, all right. You also see the negative is tapped from the battery and is connected to what to the inverter, all right. So the output of the inverter is this, which is now live and neutral AC, all right. So the AC goes to connect what to the fan. Now, all these switches that looks like switch that you're seeing are breakers, all right? Now, let's talk a little bit about breakers. Breakers are electromagnetic switches, right? What do I mean by electromagnetic switches? They use both electricity and magnetism to actuate, all right? So what that means is that breakers are safety devices. They help you protect your systems. All right. So let's use this as an instance. All right. Now you connect you connect two breakers, which is one, two. All right. It's a single pole breaker, which means that only one wire will go through it. All right. You see that the negative ran directly to the appliances. All right. Didn't go through this breaker. It's because it's a single pole breaker. Only one wire can go through it. All right. So um, you connect the positive, all right, to the input of the breaker, and then the output goes to connect to what? To the fan. The same thing we do here. All right. Now, depending on the rating of this breaker, all right, let's say for instance, this breaker is rated 10 amps. All right. It means that anything above 10 amps, if this breaker is working, is going to trip off. All right. Anything above 10 amps, all right, if this breaker is rated 10 amps, anything above 10 amps is going to turn off this breaker. The reason why we use it is that our devices that are plugged here, right, most likely cannot handle more than 10 amps of current. That is, if like 12 or 11 amps enter into these appliances, it's going to damage them. All right, so we have to buy a 10 amps breaker in order to protect these appliances, such that anything that wants to go beyond 10 amps, this breaker goes off and that current does not come here. All right, that's the idea of a breaker. So MCC breaker, for instance, protect your voltage. I mean, protect your appliances from over voltage and over current. All right. So let's say you have an appliance that cannot handle more than 12 volts. All right. So if you have anything more than 12 volts, right, and you have a breaker that is 12 volts rated, it means that that breaker will not allow anything more than 12 volts to pass. Once it senses anything more than 12 volts, the breaker will trip off. And once it trips off, it disconnects your appliances from the supply. That way, you safeguard your appliances. All right. So I hope you understand. I hope you're getting it. The same thing with the output load. All right. The same thing with the output. I mean output of the inverter. Right. It's connected to a breaker also. As you can see, connected to a breaker also. And before, all right, before it gets connected to, now this breaker is looped to this one. That's breaker interlock. All right. Is for is for extra layer of what's it called, protection. Some breakers can fail. You understand? Some breakers can fail. So what you do is that you interlock breaker so that if one fail, the other will pick it, right? So that's why you are seeing two breakers here, right? So power enters here, all right. We tap from this power here to this place, and then we then now connect from here, goes to the fan. Right. So if this one fails, this one will not fail. If this one fails, this one will not fail. So either ways, your fan is safe. It's not always important, right? But in some systems where you need to be very, very careful, you might want to interlock the breakers. All right. And you can also see that another breaker here for the house in case you want to plug anything to the socket, you just plug it here to protect and all of that. So yeah, that's pretty much how. Okay. Sorry, guys. I don't know. I don't know what just happened. Please confirm my screen is visible. Guys, I'm tired of Nigeria. I don't tire for Nigeria. I can't believe that all 10 days we didn't even have a very good stream. Like we can't even have a seamless stream. More, and it's not like I'm in the rural area where where, where network is not is not clear, or maybe I don't know is I mean metro will come I beg. It's terrible. It's terrible. Are you guys here? I can't just pinpoint what exactly will make the network terrible like this. It's crazy. It's crazy. For a whole 10 days, we couldn't get a proper stream. You understand? Like we couldn't get a straight stream without disruption. It's terrible. For that matter, I didn't even bother to try Airtel, right? I just because I'm sure Airtel will be worst. You understand? It's crazy. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, I didn't know I was offline already for a lot. I mean, for a while, right? I was just talking. I didn't know that the network had disconnected me, and it's crazy. It's just so tiring. I hope you guys can hear me now, guys. Are we together? Guys, I actually want to end the stream now. Like I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired really. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to do a pre-recording, right? Uh, I'm going to premiere it so you guys can see the last part of. So I'm sure if I have a 1 hour long um, um, teaching, it's going to cover for every other thing that we have to cover, right? So that's what I want to do because it's so tiring the network. I mean, it's so tiring, so tiring. Can't believe that we actually went through this for a whole 10 days. It's crazy. It's crazy, but that's where we are. Okay, so what do we do? I'll end the stream now. Um, I'm thinking about it. Okay, better, right? So let's just end the stream now. I'm going to do a pre-recording, and I'll stream it. I mean, I'll premiere it so you can see it. All right. So yeah, thank you guys. It was an amazing time. Thank you for everybody who stayed consistent, and yeah, it was a good time. Okay, so I'll just say some few things before I round off. Um, Honestly, this has been amazing for me, and apart from the network issue that we had, I think I enjoyed the whole part of the training and all of that. So yeah. Beyond that, right? It's one thing to acquire knowledge, right? and it's another thing to use the knowledge that you have. Let me be sincere with you guys. When I learned solar design and installation, I learned it in a class, I think for about 4 days. All right. So I said this because I want you to know that you don't need all of the luxury that you think you need in order for you to do whatever it is that you think you want to do in life, right? So, um, yeah, that's it. I learned it in the class. You understand? We just, everything that that we did was in the class. She understand? And for 4 days. I mean, I'm not sure it's up to 4 days because the first days was about automatic changeover, those kind of stuff, right? So maybe around roughly 3 days or so, right? If you have the determination uh, to do whatever you feel you want to do, I think there's nobody that can stop you, right? I'm sure there's somebody that does not even have the opportunity to be in class. He started doing solar installation just by watching YouTube videos, right? I mean, you will be surprised what people can do to really get something done, right? So I'm saying all of this before because some of us might be feeling like, well, we just let this online, and maybe you feel like maybe you might not be you can apply, or you can't. You see, have maybe some special thing that you need to also learn, right? Trying to let you know that everything that you have to know about solar installation. I know we didn't finish the last part, which was supposed to be the protection part. I was trying to explain that before the network started. Right. Apart from that, everything that you have to know is what I've given you. Right. From the theoretical aspect to the design aspect, right? And I'm still going to send some videos of how you mount solar panels and all of that. Okay. And I'm also going to send another video where to show us how to connect inverters, and all of those kind. I'm still going to send all those videos to us, right? So yeah. So I'm just trying to say this so that we can know that uh, there is nothing that can stop you, right? For you to do whatever you want to do. The first installation I did was the one I did in my house, all right? Because uh, first, there's nobody that's going to give you an installation job, right? Except you have maybe relative, or maybe you have people that can just you understand that kind of stuff. So you are just there, you learn the skill, but so um, I wanted to buy a generator then, so I just felt like instead of buying generator and having to buy fuel all the time, let me just install solar. So I did the installation myself, and it was seamless. The second installation I did was at my workplace, and let me tell you, I suffered, right? Because I knew I should not charge them so that if anything goes wrong, they can feel like, well, we didn't actually pay so much of money for this stuff, so uh, it's fair. She understand. So I did it, all right, it worked. And what was the third installation I did? The third installation I did was a big one, right? And I did it so well, so perfect, that the company I worked for then um, had to reach back to me and say, come on, come and work with us. She understand. And so I'm just trying to tell you that, it's not like maybe I had somebody that held my hand and said, come, let me show you how this thing is done real life. You understand? It never happened, right? So, but ever since then, I've done a lot of projects. I've installed, I can't even remember. I used to count them before, you understand? Now I can't remember the numbers again because I've done a lot, you understand? And there's not been issues. You understand? And as a matter of fact, I've now learned, beyond when the 3 4 days that I learned in class. You understand? So I've learned beyond all of those. Check it. And I can assure you that there are a lot of companies out there that are going to recruit you as a solar installer, right? Let me tell you one thing that a lot of people don't know. People feel like we have a lot of good solar installers, whereas it's a lie, we don't, right? Up until last week, a company still sent me an interview, right? For me to come, for interview for solar engineer, that kind of stuff, right? I'm trying to let you know that there's a lot of space for you, right? If you feel like this is for you, if you feel like this is what you want to do, if you push and push enough, I can assure you that you are going to make a headway, right? All I'm trying to say is that don't just make this one of the skill that you learned by the way, right? If you feel like this is for you, this is what you can do, put in your best, right? If you have any issues, reach out to me, all right? We can even do a video call. If you have any installation, if anybody asks you, can you install solar? Tell them yes, you can, all right? We'll do video call and we'll sort out the installation together. Does that make sense? So I'm trying to say this so that you know that you don't have anything to worry about. I'm going to put you through everything that you just tell them you know how to do solar installation, right? The person send quotation, I'll tell you what to do, right? So if you feel like this is what you can do, this is what you like to do, right? Put in all of your effort. Tell everybody you are now a solar installer. Let them reach out to you if they want to. Post people's work that is not even on your own. Let them know that you did it and you can do it. All right. Post installations, solar installer can send us pictures, yes. Sure, you understand what I'm trying to say? Is because there's nobody now that will be holding your hand and be saying, can you no. Like, I think everybody is too busy now to be doing all of those, right? And if you really want to make a headway in life, you have to force your way through. You understand what I'm trying to say? You have to push yourself through, right? It's not just solar installation, whatever it is that you're doing, right? Do you know how much it takes? Big companies used to do adverts. You understand to advert for their product. Some of us don't have that amount of money to, advertise ourselves. You understand? So the little that you can do, ensure you push the door open. You understand? Whatever it is that you do, force the door open. Do anything that you can do to ensure you are seen, you are known, people know that you do this stuff. You understand? Not just buy the way stuff. Go full blown. You understand what I'm trying to say? There's a lot of money in solar and solar installation, right? Especially if you get people that can give you real gigs. There's a lot of money. One project alone can I'm not kidding. No, one project alone can carry you through 4 months. You'll be spending money. I'm not kidding. No, just one project, right? And you literally don't need so much of projects. You understand that kind of stuff. So um, that's it. It's a very lucrative one, a lucrative skill. And if you're good in business, you could also build a business around it. All right. I hope everything I've said so far makes a lot of sense. I hope um, we find something tangible in everything that I've said, and um, you're not just going to. It's not just going to be one skill that you learn by the way, right? But it's going to be something that you really can do something with. All right. It's not like I cannot continue the call with us, but the challenge is I have a lot on my decks this time, right? I just told myself this evening, I think I'm going to end this class today, right? Because I look at everything that that I have to do. You understand? I have my exams to prepare for. I have up to 15 tests to write. You know, now I've done one, so it remains 15. You understand? I have 15 tests to write. I have a course I'm currently that I paid money for. You understand? I'm currently on it now. It's going to run through the next, I think, what's today's date? Yeah, it started on Monday. It's still going to run through um, the next 1 week, 2 weeks or so, right? I have to keep up with that. You understand? I also have a business I attend to. I have to make money. You understand? So, for me, the major on my list right now is my academics, right? And somebody like me, I don't like scoring some stupid scores. You understand in my exam, so I like to just ace everything. So right now, I have to shut down everything I'm doing, all right, and just focus on my academics for now. So I've thought about it so well. If I can continue, if I had some more time, I would have loved to just continue with us and even for the next 1 week. You understand? But I really cannot. You understand? I can't. Only if I want to feel. Sure, you understand? But I'm not ready to feel and all of that. So if you guys will permit me, I promise I'm going to do the video. You understand? And I'll premiere it so that we can see them and all of that. So yeah. I hope it was a good time. I hope we learned. I hope it was worth our time. I hope we can, find a use for it. And also, the uh, this is what I want to say lastly, anyways, right? Um, it is there's a way I used to put it. Um, somebody learns somebody learned a skill. You understand? Somebody learned a skill, and let's just say that person, for instance, has the knowledge of AI. You understand? And then another also learns the same skill, and that person has the knowledge of business. You understand? Another person also learns the same skill, and say the person, is a teacher. You understand? The three of them, right, learns the same skill, but I can bet you they are going to apply that same skill in three different ways. So the guy with the AI knowledge is looking at how can I implement this stuff using AI, right? How can I automate everything that is done in solar system and incorporate AI into it, and that's what he's just thinking. All right. So by the time it's done, he pitches it to energy company and say, I have this AI solution for what you do, right? And this AI solution can help you maximize your return on solar investments. You understand? It makes money. The other person feel like I'm a business person, right? I just learned about solar design and installation, right? Can I begin to sell solar products? Or can I create a company, all right, that can set up solar service as a business? All right. The other person that is a teacher feels like, I have this knowledge already. I'm a teacher. I can teach people. And even, they pay me for it. You understand? So if you like, well, I think this is how me I want to apply my own. So I'm just going to be teaching people how to do this stuff. And I'm going to be making my own money. Right? So three different people, right? But three different applications. So I'm trying to let you know that it's not first knowledge that matters. It's the application of what you know that matters. It's the application of what you know that people actually make money from, right? I'm trying to say that you don't have to be another solar installer. There's a lot of things that you can do with solar, all right? I'm going to be really rolling a course, right? Another course before the end of this year, right? Most likely when I finish my exam, you understand? It's going to be on how you can build battery, all right, and combine it with inverter, and it makes what we call a power station. The same power station that they sell for you around 300,000, 500,000, you are going to make it, all right, spending less than 100,000 naira, spending less than 70,000 naira, all right? So, and why did I say this, right? I have a couple of knowledges that I've acquired here and there, and piecing the knowledge together, I could come up with a number of courses. I can assure you there's like you differently. All right. Not even some of them are not even on engineering. You understand? Some of them are even on tech. You understand? I can show you the landing page you guys signed up on. That landing page, I did it myself. I don't know how to code, right? I don't know how to write code. You understand? But I did the landing page myself. I used ChatGPT to write the code. She understand? So I can put all of this together, all right, into a package and sell it. Why am I saying this? I'm trying to let you know that there is there is a difference between having the knowledge, all right, and putting that knowledge to work. All right. So don't just acquire knowledge that people used to acquire knowledge. Ask yourself, everything that you've learned so far, how can you put it to work? How can you combine all of them together? Whether you're going to whatever you are going to do with it, right? Maybe you're going to make money with it, or you're going to make impact with it, right? Yeah, that's what matters when you are learning. That's what matters when you are applying, acquiring the skill, right? The end point or the end product of the skill that you have is what we call wisdom. All right. So don't just think, I want you to think outside the box. That's what I'm trying to say, right? Think outside the box. All right. All the knowledge that you have, is not just knowledge, right? You're trying to do what people, for instance,